Thanks for stopping in here at Doing Time with Dan. Today we're going to review James Ellroy's L.A. Confidential. This is the third book in the L.A. Quartet series. It comes right after The Big Nowhere, which I also recently reviewed. And The Big Nowhere is where L.A. Confidential begins with one of the characters from that second book. His name is Buzz Meeks. You remember Buzz? Well, this time he's holed up in a sleazy San Bernardino motel with $94,000 in cash, 38 pounds of high-grade heroin he stole from gangster Mickey Cohen, and enough guns to hold off the Mexican army. Problem is, he's up against Dudley Smith, who's no slouch. Now, that's just the first chapter of the book. From there, it's like a refinery on fire. You're just waiting for the next tank to blow. Now, the first guy you're going to meet after that is Bud White. Bud's mostly muscle, but he's got some brains, too. He's obsessed with men who abuse women, mostly because he saw his own mother killed before his very eyes, so that makes for a very intense character. Then comes Ed Exley. Now, Ed's a straight-laced guy, as opposed to Bud White. Ed wants to do everything by the book. And that includes get to the top of the police department in L.A., and he thinks he's going to do it by ratting out some of his fellow officers involved in a police brutality case. That backfires, and he has absolutely no friends. Finally, there's Jack Vincennes. Now, Jack's a bit of a playboy. He likes to consult for a Hollywood TV show and tips off a scandal rag and makes a few bucks on the side like that. But he doesn't mind solving a case now and then as long as it's to his own benefit. So what brings these three guys together in the course of the plot? Well, it's the Nite Owl Massacre. A bunch of people are killed at a coffee shop late at night. One of them is Dick Stensland. Now, Dick's a former partner of Bud White's, so you know from the very beginning that Bud is obsessed with this case. He wants to find out what happened to his old partner Dick and why he was there. In the course of that investigation, Bud discovers a woman named Lynn Bracken. At the same time, Ed Exley, who thought he had solved the case, finds out that he locked up the wrong guys. So he also comes across Lynn Bracken, and now we have a love triangle that's going to set off some major fireworks. And finally, Jack, well, he's working from behind the scenes, figuring different things out of his own, all types of police corruption and heroin dealing, stuff like that. So these guys are all on a collision course, and in the background, pulling the strings, is Dudley Smith, who has his own program. Sometimes these guys know it, sometimes they don't. Now, you're going to go from Hollywood's mansions to the nightclubs to the scenes in the dark alleys, all different kinds of stuff in 1950s L.A. James Ellroy renders this brilliantly. His language is hard-hitting, punchy. It's a great style. It's hard to put this book down, not only because of the action, but because of the style. The sentences are clipped, the dialogue is brilliant, and there's no stopping James Ellroy from telling you exactly how it was back in the 1950s. Then again, you don't know how much is fiction and how much is fact. Did he make all this up, or did he copy it down from some of the tabloids of the day? It's hard to tell, because James Ellroy is such a great writer that you never know when you're inside the fiction or outside in reality. That's why I always give James Ellroy books 5 stars. 5 stars for L.A. Confidential. Even if you've seen the movie, read the book. It's twice as good. Thanks for stopping in here at Doing Time with Dan.